something I planned, but I got wrapped up in doing other things. Anyhow, I'm here now. Obviously. Um, see if I can find it. I'm going to try to use Avery's.
Hey, Goddess.
Oh,
Hi, Mel.
all over that. I'm going to try to use Avery's too, so that I don't have to keep scrolling back and forth. See if that works. Oh, what happened? It shuts off. Come on. What the heck is happening here? All right, well, let me give hers a minute to, let me start. Alpha for this weekend. Alpha for this weekend. Wish comes true. Whatever you're doing this weekend, it may be slow and steady wins the race, but you're making decisions that are pushing life forward successfully, and a wish is coming true. Your perseverance pays off. You're not looking back on the past. Maybe spending time with fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. You're no longer holding yourself back, and you may have a little more financial stability coming in. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Aries Sun for the next 24. You got the world at your feet. You may be spending time with a Libra. Cause for celebration comes in. Something nice may happen around your home, moving homes, changing homes, upgrading your home. Life is moving forward towards greener pastures. Listen to your intuition. A new journey begins. Or you may be doing something fun and exciting on a whim. I got to straighten this leg out here. Let me see if I can get this one working. Oh my God, it's not even showing me live on this one. So you know what? I'm just not going to even... Ooh. We don't want to have to hear that, so let's lower that.
I lost one of my shoes.
I lost one of my shoes. Oh, I know how that happened. I was walking home from the pool, and I remember. I wore my running shoes so that I could run, but then I had pool shoes because I got to tell you, I get a little skeevy with like my feet in public pools. Why does that bother me? I don't know, but it does. I especially don't like the cement pools. Yeah, I don't know. Other people think that that's weird, but for some reason I just, anyhow. Beautiful one for tomorrow. Beautiful one for tomorrow. Lay down the law, set boundaries if somebody is trying to overstep and a disappointment heals and moves into the past. Weight of the world slips off your shoulders and something should happen tomorrow that makes you feel relieved. You may hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. Somebody may make you an offer that will be hard to turn down, or you may have a sudden change for the better. Luck is changing. Maybe spending time with air, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Not bad. Oh, Lydia, do you want me to answer them here or you want me to answer them there? Or it doesn't matter? Would they go and change this crap? Where the hell are the... Oh, I got it. I got it. All right, I'm not going to read it out loud, but I'll answer it. Okay. I definitely think that he's going to ask you out. There looks like there's a lot of fire and passion between the two of you. If not yet, it's coming. Could make you an offer that would be hard to turn down. New beginnings on the horizon, and you should really enjoy it. You should. With the ace, that ace of wands, yeah. You got new beginnings on the horizon, communications coming in, communications picking up. Relationship could be strengthening, moving forward successfully. You're listening to your intuition. You're happy and content. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's see what happens. Communication should be picking up too. I know you said that it was okay, communication. It should improve. Davy, general for the next 2 weeks. A disappointment heals and moves into the past, and you're no longer looking back on the past. Life is changing for you for the better quickly. Maybe spending time with a Virgo. Could be spending time with an Aries. Life's moving forward, and you're ready for it, and disappointments heal and move into the past. May have a new opportunity around business. Life is coming into balance. Pretty good. Pretty good. Fire sign, general. Feeling ambitious, you should be able to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. A disappointment heals and moves into the past. Negativity moves into the past. May hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from, or get good news that you've been waiting on. And something may change around finances for the better quickly. That could be like relieving anxiety around money. Possibly spending time with a Gemini. Jasmina, general. You may have good news that comes in around work, school, or business. Somebody can make you an offer that would be hard to turn down. Anxiety and negativity are moving into the past. Feeling grounded and stable around finances is possible. Anxiety eases and moves into the past. You might even come up with an idea for a side business, side project, side hustle that may be very successful, but it could be a big picture kind of thing. It may start off small and then grow over time. Oh, thank you, Davy. Lucky Davy did a super chat for you. Kimon for tomorrow. Negativity moves into the past, and something ought to happen tomorrow that makes you happy with the sun. Maybe spending time with Air, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. May receive good news. You could have choices and options around social activity. Maybe planning travel. Anxiety is easing and moving into the past, and you might be feeling better, compensated, better respected around work, school, or business. If you don't work on Saturdays, that could be like next week. It also could be personal relationships are functioning better tomorrow. Summons love. Slow and steady wins the race. I wouldn't rush into anything right now. Exploring your options leads to success. But if you're feeling undecided or questionable about something, don't make any decisions until you're ready. You can have a Sagittarius here. You may have a Capricorn or an Aquarius. New beginnings lead to success, but explore your options. Be wise, love. When it comes to love, you've got, you do have commitment here. So if you're currently with someone, current relationship should be functioning pretty well. If you're not with anyone, I think it would be new energy coming in, because it looks like life is moving forward, not backwards. You're leaving the past in the past. You got a Capricorn coming in. You may have Air, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini with the Magician, the ability to manifest new opportunities. Don't settle for less than you want or deserve when it comes to love, because life is moving forward. And you could get what you want. Uh-oh, why isn't my fan working now? That's not right. It's plugged in. It's a stupid bum thing. Cinnamon for tonight. Look out for having a disagreement or an argument with someone. Five of Wands, it's not the end of the world, but it may be something that you're not agreeing with somebody on. It could be a little bit annoying. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Don't hold yourself back. Life is moving forward. Walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Negativity then moves into the past and happiness comes in. Shonda, Rondo's current feelings towards me. May find you to be somebody who is loyal, kind, caring, sincere. Somebody who is reliable, dependable, hardworking, successful, kind-hearted, compassionate, sincere, a loyal friend. Pretty good. Susie, love reading for T, the Capricorn and I. Love reading for T, the Capricorn and I. Love looks okay. It's slow. It's slow, but you got communication coming in. You could be spending time together. Listen to your intuition. Expressing your wants and needs around the situation may be helpful. Life is moving forward. Slow and steady wins the race. Not bad. Not bad. You're probably going to see each other soon. Like maybe before the end of this month or so. Ooh, my back is itchy. Where's my back scratcher? Hey, where's my back scratcher? Oh no. Pin came out. I want to sit on that pin. Can't find the back scratcher. All right, the hell with it. Oh my goodness. I got it. Isn't that great? Oh man. Now let's put this somewhere where we know where it is. Ah. Come on. T-Vet. What's been going on with J and K lately? Things look a little misaligned. Three of Pentacles is the first card that comes up and it's in reverse. Somebody may feel like they've been deceived or cheated or like they've been treated unfairly. Maybe a lot of arguments and bickering. And you know, the way they read, they could be one of those couples that puts on like a front, tries to make everybody think that things are great. They're a couple, right? But really things are out of balance. And if I had to put my finger on it, I would say he may be fed up and she may be like playing the part kind of a thing. Karina, money. Finances are okay. So 9 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles. Teamwork is favored around work, school, or business. 9 of Wands, feeling relief around finances improving. With teamwork, life moves forward. Money's coming in, money's going out. You might not be making $1 million, but you got money flowing and you're taking care of stuff. Finances are okay. Natalie, person coming in love. Person coming in love. This person may be an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, or maybe even fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. This person should be respectful, smart, intelligent, hardworking, maybe a little bit on the introverted side. They may have a creative side or creative hobby, project, something that's important to them, and they may love to learn. Oh, hi, Adonis. Let me pin that. Hi, Mel. Like there may be somebody who's always learning or has like varied interests kind of a thing. Pop Queen, does the Alexa girl in my manicure have a crush or like my boyfriend? No, I don't think so. Lucinda for the next 72. Lucinda for the next 72. For the next 72, feeling ambitious, you should be able to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. A disappointment heals and moves into the past. Life's moving forward and you're ready for it. Disappointments are healing and moving into the past, and cooperation and compromise is helping personal relationships move forward. Maybe spending time with Air, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Oh my goodness, what happened? Show empathy. I applied at U Company. Will I get in? Like, will they call me for an interview? Oh, I think they're going to call you for an interview. Yeah, most likely. Most likely. Jacksonville, energy next week. For next week, you've got money coming in, finances are improving, a new beginning on the horizon that could be bringing in cause for celebration. Maybe spending time with the Sagittarius. Life is coming into balance. You may be planning travel. Make sure you take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. It looks like a pretty busy week. Maggie, love for the next 2 weeks. For the next 2 weeks, it's a little slow, but you'll hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from. If there's nobody that you're hoping to hear from and you're in a relationship, communication picks up. If you're not in a relationship, somebody new may come in that brings in happiness and promise for things to move forward. Could be a Sagittarius. A wish may come true around new energy coming in. Could also be a Virgo. Lucky, general. Solution to a problem is in front of you. You'll figure it out before the end of the month. Life moves forward and you're ready for it. If you're feeling undecided about something, don't make any decisions until you're ready. You may reconnect with an old friend or someone you haven't seen in a while. You also could be spending time with fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. They could be the same person or they could be two different people. With the Magician, you have the ability to manifest new opportunities. Teamwork is favored around work, school, or business. Take time if you can for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Castellini, I'm curious if Sydney from the bar was interested in me or just friendly. I think they could be a little interested. There may be a little interest there. Ray, will SL contact me again? Will SL contact me again? Yeah, I think you will hear from this person. It may be slow. It could take a minute, but I do think you'll hear from them again. Lucky, love coming in. You do have love coming in. You have a wish that comes true around love moving forward, and things all of a sudden could move forward quickly. Negativity moves into the past. If you're not with anyone right now, you could have some brand new energy coming in before the end of the year. Empress is bringing in love and money or more of it. May have a Sagittarius, could have a Virgo. Disappointments are healing and moving into the past. You may also have a Libra around. Listen to your intuition and don't settle for less than you want or deserve, because you got the Magician. The ability to manifest new opportunities around love, and love is moving forward. So let's see what happens. Lima for the weekend for the next 48. For the weekend, if you're feeling undecided about something, don't make any decisions until you're ready. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. With the Fool, you could do something on a whim, fun and exciting. Maybe spending time with a Leo. Paying off a bill, a debt, or a loan could make you feel relief. Life changes for you for the better quickly. Listen to your intuition. You're no longer feeling stuck or stagnant. Life begins to move forward. Oh, you're welcome, beautiful Susie. Thank you. D speaks, general. D speaks, general. Lay down the law, set boundaries. If somebody's trying to overstep, don't stand for it. Areas of your life that have been stuck or stagnant should now start to move forward and a wish comes true. You may be feeling better compensated, better respected around work, school, or business. Could also be spending time with fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, and air, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. You'll hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. Not bad, not bad. Simran, specific tarot advice. Specific tarot advice. Slow and steady wins the race. So if you're feeling like one or more areas of your life is slow, that's okay. Slow and steady wins the race. There's no rush. Anxiety is easing and moving into the past, and old wounds and nonsense may also be moving into the past. Let that go. Perseverance leads you to feeling relief around work, school, or business. Life is moving forward. You may have life moving forward, especially around like work, school, or business, and you may feel like ready for it. Like things are moving forward, I'm ready for it. Take time if you can for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Success comes in around work, school, or business. If you've been feeling lately like life has been out of balance, that energy should shift before we get to the end of the month. And if you're feeling a little exhausted or overwhelmed, take a little bit of time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Mia, when I go to Miami, will a guy try to come up and ask me out? How are the feelings going to be towards me when they do? You mean just some random guy? I can't answer for a random guy. I need somebody's energy to go into. I can't just like, how is some random guy feeling? I can't answer that. That should be exhausting, yes. It's true. Lourdes, work for tomorrow, Saturday. Solution to a problem is in front of you and your perseverance pays off tomorrow. May get good news. You may be able to accomplish a lot tomorrow or feel like you got a lot done. New beginnings are on the horizon that could change career for the better quickly. Overall, tomorrow should be a pretty good day. Liz, for the next 24. Liz, for the next 24. Anxiety eases and moves into the past, and with the Magician, you have the ability to manifest new opportunities. Perseverance pays off. Something happens that makes you happy with the Sun. May have money coming in. Maybe spending time with water, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Cause for celebration comes in around having choices and options around social activity. And take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Not bad, not bad. XXG, anything I need to know. Yeah, walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you, and a new journey may begin. Maybe spending time with a Libra, could be spending time with a Virgo. Paying off a bill, a debt, or a loan could make you feel relief, or setting money aside for something may be making you feel relieved. Slow and steady wins the race, but life is moving forward. Feeling ambitious, you should be able to accomplish whatever you set your mind to this month. Listen to your intuition. Yeah, and don't be afraid to set boundaries if you feel like somebody is overstepping in some way. Sabrina, my ex has been calling me a lot lately. Will we get back together? You know, I would be careful with this situation because I don't see commitment, but I do see possible hooking up. Now, if you don't care and you're like, hey, it's fine, I don't need a commitment, we can hang out and hook up, then that's fine. But getting back into a committed relationship, I'm not seeing right now if that's something that you're interested in. My suggestion would be to not hook up with him until you get the commitment back. Brenda, general for tonight and tomorrow. Walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Something nice may happen around the home. Moving homes, changing homes, upgrading your home. No longer holding yourself back. Life is moving forward with choices and options around social activity. Good news may come in around business through perseverance. So if you're trying to make something happen, the hard work you put in pays off around work, school, or business. Mia, love for the next 2 weeks. Slow and steady wins the race, but expressing your wants and needs around love is suggested. Don't settle for less than you want or deserve, and walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Anything that's been disappointing or out of balance, it may be time to leave it in the past and explore new options. Things look a little slow. Nothing bad is necessarily happening in the next 2 weeks. It just looks a little slow. Welcome, Shadow Cat. Thank you, thank you. In the future, after Nadia, me, and Julius, ex-boyfriend, talk, would he consider me romantically? As of now, there's no contact. You know, it is possible for you guys to get back together. This would be my suggestion. If you're in no contact now, I would give it a little bit more time. I don't know how long it's been, but I would say at least 30 to 60 days. And then if you haven't heard from him, it's okay to reach out to him. And as long as he's responsive, you can keep the communication going. And just like I said to the last person, if you're looking for a committed relationship, keep sex out of it until you get the commitment back, unless you really don't care about commitment. There is potential to reconnect. Martesha for tonight. If you're feeling undecided about something, don't make any decisions until you're ready. May hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from, or get good news that you've been waiting on. Anxiety is easing and moving into the past. Could be spending time with water, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Negativity moves into the past. With the Magician, you have the ability to manifest new opportunities. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Gabs, why is Sandra so worried about me? I'm not going to tell her what actually happened in regards to the letter to the Board of Woodbine. She's feeling out of balance, and she's feeling worried or concerned that somehow she could be involved, investigated in some kind of trouble. And I don't know if she feels like you know too much, or if she feels like, I don't think she thinks that you're a spy. I don't think it's anything like that. But I think that she may be worried that you know too much or something like that. Yeah. So she's concerned that she may have done something that she may get in trouble for. Oh, good night, Lucky. Good night. Fire sign, I don't like it either. Peach, will they be able to change my birthday on my account that I requested? Yeah, they'll be able to change it. Is there anyone here I haven't answered for yet? Where's that back scratcher again? What is going on with my back? I used to make Avery scratch it for me, and then she would get annoyed. And now that I got the back scratcher, if I ask her, just because I want to see her reaction, she's like, you have a back scratcher now. Get the back scratcher. She's going to get mad at me. Hi, Salama. Hello, hello. Take my vitamin. Oh my goodness, I'm almost out of water. What kind of crap is that? Yeah, today I'm doing love spells for $3. Just a quick sale. Next week they're going to go back up in price to $5, but today will be the last day for $3 candles if anybody's interested. Salama, my job contract ended. Will I get a job? I'm stressed. Okay, let's see. You are going to get a job. I'm going to say you're probably going to find a job within the next 6 weeks. You may be happy and content. You may feel like it pays pretty well. Exploring your options leads to success, and things could change for you for the better quickly. T. Crawford, should I continue trading? Okay, the cards can't make decisions for you. You have to be the one to make the decision. But it does look like you've got success coming in around this with the Magician, the ability to manifest new opportunities. Life is moving forward, focusing on success, financial stability pushes life forward. I think you should continue for right now. Adonis, I finished an essay due today. Is it all good to submit? No flagging or a bad grade? Oh, sure. No problem. I also have Love Rice. I'm going to use Love Rice too because I made it the other day when I was doing the money. I think you're going to get a good grade. I don't think you got to worry about being flagged. I think it's fine. Oh, Peach, I answered for that. And I said, yeah, I think you will be able to get the birth date changed. Cosmic, will I get the job at Target seasonal? You should be able to make that happen without a problem. But let's see what the cards say. That's probably going to be a good opportunity, too. Yeah, I think you're going to get it. I think it's going to be a good way to bring in some extra money quick. Yeah, I think it'll be good. Bernard, how are ya? I'm okay. How's everything? She's sleeping already. Yeah, she's doing good in school. They offered extra help on Tuesday morning and Thursday morning, so I signed her up for Thursday morning, and it came home today, whatever it was that like the worksheet that they did, and she did pretty well. Like she's writing letters like cat, bat, sat, and her handwriting is coming along. It's coming along. Hi, Nine Lives. Irene, can you tell me, is Jay feelings or intentions or how he feels towards me? May find like there's mutual respect between the two of you, or may feel like you're respectful. May think that you're a kind, caring, sincere, loyal friend. Somebody who is down to earth, smart, intelligent, hardworking, and successful. Pretty good. Avery's going to be 6 in January. I can't even believe that she's going to be 6. It feels like I just blinked my eyes. And I know parents always say that. Oh, it goes by fast. But until you really watch it, it's crazy. She had school pictures today. And after I got her dressed, I took a picture of her in the kitchen. And I'm like, she looks so grown up. I'll show you. I have the picture. Right? Like she looks so grown up, and it seems like she was just born yesterday. It's wild. Bernard, a general love reading for October 29th. That was my mom's birthday. Through November 27th. Well, you have happiness coming in around love. You'll hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from, or communication will pick up with somebody that you're hoping to speak to. New beginnings on the horizon. Empress is bringing in love and money. Could be spending time with an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Life could change you for the better quickly. Expressing your wants and needs around love leads you to success and growth, change, and transformation for the better. Don't settle for less than you want or deserve when it comes to love, because you could have new options here. You could have Earth, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. You may have a Libra. You may also have an Aquarius coming in. So let's see what happens. CT, would my brother be able to get into a reputed institution for his master's next year? Sounds stressful. Oh yeah, he will. Yeah, he will. He will. Yvette, do you see this guy J.A. making plans for us soon? I don't see any specific plans, but there could be communication coming in. If you haven't heard from him recently, I would reach out to him, only because things look a little slow. I don't know where you guys are in the relationship, but death in reverse can indicate that there's either resistance or things are slow. Fool in reverse could also be like something may get revealed that needs to be dealt with. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Yvette. Wait until she graduates. Oh my God, we had this conversation tonight, right? She says, I don't want to go to college. And I'm like, why not? And she's like, I don't want to leave you. Yeah, okay. So I said, well, you don't have to leave me. You can go to a local college. Like I said, there's one where my brother lives. There's 2 near where my brother lives. And she says, I just want to live with you. I'm like, you could still live with me. I went to college and lived with my mom. And I said, but Avery, what are you going to do when you get married? You're not going to want to live with me. And she says, oh, yes, I am. I said, well, what if your husband doesn't want me to live with you? She goes, well, then I'm going to tell him, you know what? You go get your own house. You know what? You go get your own house. I said, you know what? I think I better get that recorded so I can play it back for you. Oh, she's in kindergarten. 9 lives. According to the cards, will there be a new job or business opportunity? Give me more details. Yeah, but you're going to have to go looking for it. So perseverance pays off if you're looking for a new job or business opportunity. Throwing it out there, seeing what's out and about, walking the streets, you know what I mean? Like going door to door. If you're looking, you're really going to have to kind of like search it out, especially between now and the end of the year. There are new opportunities with the Magician, but you can't sit on it. You have to kind of make it happen. Listen to your intuition and explore your options. Don't settle for less than you want or deserve, because there could be choices and options, but you have to take action. Which is not to say that you're not taking action, but the cards are saying take action. Oh, you just met recently? Okay, okay. Then let's see what happens. If you don't hear from him for a few days, I'd reach out to him, Yvette. Tanya, general for the next 5. Oh, you're welcome, beautiful. For the next 5, teamwork is favored around work, school, or business. Anxiety eases. Life's moving forward, and you're ready for it. Could be spending time with the Aries, or at least hearing from Aries. Romance could heat up, and somebody may make you an offer that would be hard to turn down. Anxiety eases and moves into the past, and a wish comes true. Adonis, I don't know why TikTok wouldn't make my comments visible. I could see I had the little moderator sign next to my name and my comments, even when I would like and join. Yeah, but yet I got your message. I had to accept you, though. That message was like, is this person safe or whatever? And I was like, yeah, accept. And then I was able to respond. Yeah, I don't understand. Let's see what happens on Monday. I can Google it too and see if I can find out. Because I thought maybe I did something. So then I went back to look, and it still shows you as a moderator. So I don't think that you're blocked or anything. But I'll see if I can Google it, and then we'll see what happens Monday. Queen Libra, general. Lay down the law, set boundaries, it'll serve you well. Slow and steady wins the race. You may be feeling like life is moving forward. You could be planning travel. Reconnecting with an old friend or someone you haven't seen in a while is possible. A wish comes true and a new journey begins. Oh, thank you, Bernard. Adonis, I'll see, because I tried looking it up, but maybe TikTok's AI thinks I'm fake. You know, I thought that too, but because it does say comments are filtered to like keep the chat respectful or whatever, or pleasant. But if I made you a moderator, like that should be enough that says that you're not like a bot. You're a real person. You got to prove you're a real person these days. Isn't that nice? Not even a person anymore. Girl, wake up. Timeline when I'll get a better job. Around the end of the year, beginning of next. I'm going to say sometime between December 1st and January 31st. It should be a good job that pays well too. TikTok's AI is different from YouTube's, yeah. I mean, the whole thing is kind of weird. Yeah, I still don't really understand it, but I guess I'll learn it eventually. Today I was on for an hour. The last ones I was only doing about a half hour, but you know, whatever it is, it is. Remember when I was doing Twitch? I get, you know what happens, and I guess this happens to a lot of people. If I don't feel like it's building, I feel like I want to put my energy into what's working. It kind of gets boring. But if you don't stick with it, like I keep trying to say that to myself. Like there was a time on YouTube when I didn't have many people in my room and nobody was really, like sometimes my friends would show up making dumb comments like to make me laugh, and then I would be laughing like an idiot. But other people weren't really coming in and it took time. So I guess I just have to be patient. And that just may be a lesson for a lot of us that are working on social media that are getting frustrated. Because I have to tell you, I have watched a lot of videos where people that make videos like about creators, like how you could come up higher in the algorithm. And I do everything that they've already suggested. And then I did something today on Avery's channel, the guy that I watched. He said, I had to go in and check to make sure that her channel was listed under like what category. So I put her under sports. She wasn't under a category. And then he said to make sure that you always click or set it that it's not made for kids. So I always just make it not made for kids when I put it up, but there's a way that I could set it so I don't have to do that anymore. So I made all the changes he suggested, and Avery's videos are not coming up in any higher than they were before I made those changes. You know, maybe it could take some time. Maybe it's going to take 24 hours or something before I see a difference. But the one other thing that they say, and I used to do this on my channel years ago, I used to have shorts that went off every morning. I don't know if it was 6 o'clock in the morning. Now Avery's go off at midnight. And they say to set them private and let them sit there. Well, in my channel, I would have them months in advance. And I didn't get any high views on them, even though they sat there waiting to be released. So I don't know what the hell I'm doing wrong, but yeah, I know. I have to be, my dad says that all the time. He's like, you don't tell people to like, share, and subscribe. People are always saying that. Follow me, like, share, subscribe. He's like, you don't say that. And I'm like, I know, maybe I should say that, but I kind of feel like, isn't that a given? Like, doesn't everybody know that that's what we want? Do I have to tell you? You know? But I guess he's right. He's like, people are always telling me, if you like the video, follow. Like, yeah. Adonis, I see more potential in TikTok than me too. It's very difficult because the Twitch algorithm, though YouTube still has the best pay of all. Yeah. Yeah, but you know, like getting like private clients. I know a lot of people, like one of my friends was saying that she follows somebody and they make a lot of money per question and they're getting paid through PayPal and Cash App. I haven't had anybody pay me through there, but I'm new to TikTok. They may not, you know, trust me yet. But I have had people send gifts that are equivalent to some money. Not a lot. I think I made $250 yesterday and like $250 today. But whatever it is, it is. It's the start, right? You got to start somewhere. Tanya, my friend is TikTok. The scammers recorded her live and then went to her followers with a fake account. We thought it was her. Oh my God. I know people do that. That's why people are always like, I will never contact you. Me either. I will never contact anybody unless it's somebody who I have had a previous relationship with and we've communicated through email before. Like somebody that has sent me email questions. If something came up and I wanted to offer them something, I may reach out to them or send them something I think it is important, but I would never like reach out to a random person on Instagram and say, hey, do you want a reading? I just, first of all, I'm not a good salesperson. I would never do that. So if anybody ever says it's me, it's not. But yeah, people, it amazes me that there are so many scammers that are successful and people that are like working hard are, they can't get by. You know, you wonder what goes on in this world. My dad today, he told me this story. I don't know, he'd seen somebody on TV or something. And anyway, the moral of the story was that this woman had gone through like 3 tragedies to end up in a place where now she's happy or where she should be. And he's like, you see, everything happens for a reason. God has a plan. I said, but could God make the journey a little bit better? Like, does it have to be 3 disasters? And he said, and I guess he's right, he's like, you don't appreciate it. If you go through hell and come out the other side, you appreciate what you've been through. And I guess there's truth in that. User, do you know if A's mom called my mom this morning? I do think she called, or at least she tried to call. Yeah, I think she did call. D for the weekend. Lay down the law, set boundaries, it'll serve you well. A disappointment heals and moves into the past. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. May have choices and options around social activity. Disappointments heal and move into the past, and you'll hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. Baby steps, that's right. Yeah. I know that's, you know, sometimes I get emails from companies. We've seen your YouTube channel and we think that we could promote you and blah, blah, blah. And I asked somebody, might have been my brother, I'm like, what do you think of this? And he's like, any reputable company doesn't really need to reach out to people. Like, you would know them and you would go to them. He's like, I wouldn't do it. DJ for the rest of the day. May hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. Could be spending time with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Although Gemini and Libra come up the strongest, lay down the law. Set boundaries if somebody's overstepping. You have the world at your feet. New beginnings on the horizon lead to success. If you're feeling undecided about something, don't make any decisions until you're ready. Twinkle, career for November. Job hunting. Oh, good night, Bernard. I'll see you tomorrow. Job hunting in November. It's a little slow and steady wins the race, but you do have new opportunities coming in before the end of this year that bring in more money with choices and options. Happiness comes in around your career, but you may really have to like put it out there, go searching for it, explore your options. It leads you to success. Life comes into balance. November may be a little slow the first half. Things may pick up the second half and you may find something, or you may begin in December. Pallavi, love. When it comes to love, you have Empress bringing in love and money or more of it. Lay down the law, set boundaries, it'll serve you well. Could be spending time with the Sagittarius. Could also be spending time with Water, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Exploring your options leads to success, and be clear about your wants and needs. If you're unsure what you want, it's okay, don't make any decisions until you're ready. You have a committed relationship here. If that's something that you're interested in, don't be afraid to speak your mind. Rosie, any or what sort of upcoming communication from AD? Communication looks slow. If you want to speak to this person, I would reach out to them rather than wait. Red, general for the weekend. Walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. New beginnings are on the horizon. With the Magician, you have the ability to manifest new opportunities. Lay down the law, set boundaries, it'll serve you well. A disappointment heals and moves into the past. Something may happen that makes you happy this weekend, and you could have a wish that comes true. Oh, did you just email me now? Well, let me just check. Make sure that I got it. Hang on. Yep, I got it. Perfect. Perfect. No problem. I will do it tonight. Ruchi, next in love. You have a new journey that may be beginning around love. Lay down the law, set boundaries, and don't settle for less than you want or deserve. You got new beginnings on the horizon that could be bringing in love and money. Could be with a Scorpio. Could be with fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Exploring your options leads to success. And you should feel relief around love moving forward. If you're feeling undecided about something, don't make any decisions until you're ready. But you do have long-term potential coming in around your next relationship. Tanya, love offers coming in. Yep, you have love coming in, and don't be afraid to set boundaries. Choices and options, Sagittarius, fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. New beginnings on the horizon that could lead you to success. Life is moving forward towards greener pastures. And then there's the Aries. But you know what? Capricorn hasn't been showing up, so that's good. That's good. Natasha, will I get fired from my job? I'm having issues with my trainer. I'm not convinced you're going to get fired right now. No, especially if this is something new. No, I'm not convinced right now that you're going to get fired. Bright as light, tell me if Soulman likes me as a person. Yeah, I do think she likes you as a person. She comes off a little neutral, like she doesn't have strong feelings either way, but she may find you to be somebody who is smart, intelligent, pleasant, or easy to get along with, somebody who is nice. Yeah, I do think she likes you. Brian, is Paul going to keep his job at Chevron? For right now, yes. I would never say that something's going to last forever, but right now on the immediate horizon, it looks like yes, he will. Jelena, I tried texting my crush in his language. Turned out I accidentally said something sexual. He laughed and told me other examples where you can make that mistake. Was it fun? Was it flirty, fun for him, or awkward? No, I think it was fun. I think it was like humorous. Yeah, I think it was fine. It reminds me of this time. This is so funny. The company that I worked for full time was a German company, and they manufactured movie cameras in Germany, cameras and lighting, and then they sent them here, and we sold them and rented them out. And those were the movies that make the big pictures. But anyway, they would have Germans come over from Germany and pay for them to live here and work with us. And a lot of men chose to do that, especially divorced men, because the taxes here were much cheaper. And then they would be able to send money back to Germany for their children. They'd be paying less. So we had a number of them that worked with us. And then we had this one guy, actually, he wound up moving his whole family here. And I think his wife was Turkish. So the kids spoke 3 languages. They spoke German, Turkish, and English. And the kids were young, like elementary school. And this guy was so funny. First of all, he was a tall guy and he stood very straight, like very upright. And when he first came, and like the relationship we had with everybody working there, we all busted on each other. So he would come in, it didn't matter what time of day it was, and he'd be like, "Good morning." And we'd be like, "Come on, man, Frank, it's 3:00 in the afternoon. Don't come at me with good morning. This day's almost over." Anyhow, so one time we're in the hallway, he's outside his office, and I'm on my way to the bathroom, and I get caught up in this conversation where he's talking about how there's something went on in the school, And whoever needed to be reprimanded wasn't getting reprimanded because the principal, he's a pussy. And he didn't, it's like he didn't know. Like, you don't say that in the middle of the hallway like that. Well, we all broke out laughing and we couldn't contain ourselves. And we were all making fun of him. And he was like, listen, guys don't make fun of me nearly as much as my own kids do. Like, my kids really rip on me. So whatever you guys doesn't compare. But I mean, we were talking about that for years. And we knew exactly what he meant, but just to bust out loud like that, oh my God. Meanwhile, like, we would be making fun of each other. Sometimes things get lost in translation. It's okay. It's okay. Sharon, the safe passage woman on my job is jealous of me. Will her antics be exposed to the right people? I'm tired of her. She's stupid. Yeah, you know what? Don't let her get to you. Don't give her any energy. The more energy you give her, the more important she becomes energetically. If you just kind of ignore her, she's going to stop and it's going to go away. I mean, I don't know that she's going to be exposed for, you can't really expose jealousy. Like, what are they going to do if somebody's jealous? They can't really fire her for that. So the best thing you can do is just ignore her. Ignoring her will kind of diminish her energetically. Tasia's, Aya became distant from me. Is it because of his ex-N? It could be part of the reason because of the ex, but it also looks as if the relationship was out of balance to begin with, and that it being out of balance was really what started it. So two people that are not on the same page, or one person looking for more than the other, maybe one person a little bit more eager than the other, has kind of caused things to go out of balance. And then from there, it's like, and then the ex may be around. Hi, Explorer. Dr. Sony. NM's thoughts for me. We had chat yesterday. I find you to be like genuinely a happy person. Somebody who was smart, intelligent, respectful. Somebody who was hardworking, down to earth, pleasant, nice, a loyal friend. Pretty good. Macy, general for the weekend. Slow and steady wins the race, but life moves forward towards greener pastures. You've got money coming in and happiness. Paying off a bill of debt or a loan can make you feel relief. That may not happen this weekend, but it may happen like before the end of the month. This weekend, take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. You may hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or receive good news. Jelena, does the Pisces see me a bit romantically at times? He's hard to read. As of right now, I don't see romance around this connection, but that doesn't mean it can't happen. It just may not be there yet. Right now, it looks a little bit more like friendship. Cynthia, what's coming in soon? Got money coming in, finances are improving. If you're feeling undecided about something, don't make any decisions until you're ready. Walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Your luck changes for the better. With the Empress, you've got love and money coming in, or more of it. Listen to your intuition. Tanya, next date with Aries, how will it go? He may think that I'm mad at him for being late for our last date. He did apologize, and I was fine with it. I don't think he thinks that you're mad. I think he thinks that you understood why he was late and that it was okay. I think the next date goes well. New beginnings are on the horizon, lead to success, feeling grounded, stable, happy, and content. Looks good. Looks good. Natasha, do you see a romantic relationship coming soon? Could be before the end of this year, and it may be with a Sagittarius. It could also be with another fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, or possibly a Scorpio. New beginnings on the horizon lead to success, so it's probably new energy coming in, not old energy returning. Disappointments heal and move into the past, and your luck changes for the better. Pretty good. Queen of Lizzie, will I find a good job in massage therapy? I think you will. It might take a little bit of time, but you should find something before the end of this year. Michelle, will my work situation get better? They put me off the schedule and not enough work, and I know that they lied. You could see an improvement, yeah, because things could change for you for the better quickly with the Eight of Wands. So there may be an improvement and where you're feeling like you're treated better and it brings in happiness sometime between now and the end of the month. Something could change, yeah. Natasha, will I get hired from my job? I'm having issues with my trainer. Will I get fired from my job? Oh, I answered that one. I said I don't think that you're going to get fired. Do you want to ask a different question? Or another question in relation to the job? Faria, what should I do to calm down the energy towards me at my job? I'm getting pushed towards the door. Okay, the first thing that you do, first of all, you got mutual respect or things improving on the horizon. But the first thing you do is before you go in, or you can even do it when you first get up in the morning, surround yourself in a white light. Don't let anybody's negative energy penetrate that white light. And bathe with salt so that none of this negative bullshit can affect you. And try to stay out of any drama, nonsense, bullshit. Go there, do your work, and go home. And try to give no energy to anybody. Like anybody that's causing shit, don't give them no energy. Ignore them. Disappointments are healing and moving into the past. You're no longer holding yourself back and things are moving forward. I don't think that they're going to push you out the door. I think that you'll be fine. But that's a terrible feeling. Yeah, I know that feeling. I know that feeling. When I got laid off that whole week, I felt like there was a black cloud over my office. And I couldn't figure out, I knew something was happening, but I didn't know what it was. And I felt the best way I could describe it was like it was very solemn. It was very quiet. It was like there was a cloud hanging over you. That's the best way I could describe it. Heavy, heavy energy. You could use a black crystal. Wear a black crystal. I would suggest too, you could use kyanite. Kyanite doesn't need to be cleansed, and it cleanses other things. Kyanite comes in like blue and green, and it's relatively cheap. No, Adonis, not yet. Well, I mean, if you're really picking this up, Faria, you can't stop a moving train. So for me, like when it was happening to me and I knew something was happening, there was nothing I was going to be able to do to stop it. They had already made their decision. And why I think looking back now, that energy was so heavy was because everybody knew, like the higher ups knew that I was getting let go. So I think it's really hard to work with somebody for a week knowing what's happening on Friday. And I think that's what I was picking up. if you're really sensing that, you're not in control of it. I don't see you getting thrown out the door tomorrow. I don't see that in the cards. But if that's something that you're picking up and you think that at some point you could be getting laid off, it may be something that's just out of your control. And it's a horrible, horrible feeling. I mean, I remember I still have post-traumatic stress over it. And I don't even work anymore. Like, I mean, I'm not going to fire myself here, but like, I remember like going into yoga and like seeing like a manager there and thinking I was going to get fired. Like, because I was so paranoid. Walking in the morning and trying to sign on to the computer and none of my sign-ons worked. It was just, it's horrible. It's horrible. Especially when you did nothing wrong and you're just getting let go because of whatever the circumstances are, and they treat you like you're a fucking criminal. And they give you a box and stand over you while you pack up your desk after you've been there for 15 years. Or I was there for 13 or 14 years, but you know what I'm saying. Like, you can't stop a moving train. If it's something that's inevitable and nothing lasts forever, now I'm just talking in general. Like I said, the cards don't see you getting thrown out. There really isn't much that you can do about it. Resisting it could make it worse. And then you just kind of, if it does happen, then you have to look at it like, maybe this is my chance to pursue something that's in my better interest or better for me personally. And that's always the case. If something happens, like for me, when I got let go, it was in my own best interest. I didn't want to work there anyway anymore. I wanted to teach yoga. I mean, I was working a 40-hour work week, plus I was working 30 hours part-time at night. I didn't have a whole lot of time to teach yoga, but that's what I wanted to do. So now, because I couldn't make the decision, the universe made it for me, and now I was able to teach yoga. So if it does happen, your life will move forward in another direction with something that's better for you. It's just we don't always see that in the moment, but sometimes holding on to something that's not working is just not the answer. And I did that for years. Anyway. That heavy energy, I totally know what you're saying. It's awful. It's fucking awful. But wearing a black crystal could help with protection. Simran, Surjit cures feelings towards me. This person may find you to be somebody who is strong, confident, hardworking, successful, independent, smart, intelligent, grounded, and stable, compassionate, and sincere, nurturing, kind, emotionally stable. Pretty good. Oh, anything black is good. Yeah. You could even wear black clothing. Is there anyone here I haven't answered for yet? DJ, I believe I answered for you already. Oh, you're welcome. I have here black tourmaline, but my favorite is black obsidian. I know I have black obsidian in here somewhere. Well, it's in here somewhere. I know it is. Sophia, AK's thoughts and feelings towards me. May find you to have a good personality or somebody who's fun to be around. May find you to be hardworking, successful, spontaneous, successful, confident, independent, smart and intelligent, attractive. Pretty good. No, the names are different in the chat. Yeah, I don't know what's going on or why this happens on YouTube sometimes. So annoying, right? Why does it do that? The whole thing looks different, right? Yeah, it did. It happened over the summer, I remember. And then it changed back. I wonder if that's going to change again. Because I don't love this. I'm not a big fan of change, though. I think a lot of people aren't. Hi, Heidi. Oh, it took a week? I don't remember. It does make it look cluttered. Yeah, I agree. I know you don't know who you're talking to now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand it. Yeah. Well, if mine's probably going to just say the same thing, right? Yeah, mine says the same thing. Anybody else here have an answer for? Otherwise, I will wrap it up. I'll be on tomorrow. I'm just not sure what time because, you know, we have ice skating tomorrow. So I may be on like late in the afternoon or I may just come on tomorrow night. We'll see how it goes. You know, it's so much easier for me to do it when she falls asleep because then she comes in here. Got to take me to the bathroom. You got to give me a drink. Can you give me something to eat? I'm hungry. Beauty, the beauty re-up, I would need something a little bit more specific. It's too broad. Dishi, will I pass the exam on Monday? I think you will pass the exam, yes. The beauty, general for the upcoming week ahead. You may receive good news and perseverance pays off around work, school, or business. Making decisions that push life forward towards greener pastures. Maybe spending time with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Slow and steady wins the race, but life moves forward towards greener pastures. Don't settle for less than you want or deserve when it comes to like love relationships or personal relationships. You could be feeling better compensated, better respected around work, school, or business. Yes, Heidi, what is it that you want to know? Emily, anyone romantically interested in me right now? Romance coming in. You have a couple of people here, yeah. If they haven't come in yet or they're not around yet, they'll be coming in before the end of the year. You have a Pisces, a Libra, and possibly fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Your luck around love is changing for the better quickly, and life is moving forward. Life could actually change for you for the better, like at a moment's notice. Listen to your intuition, explore your options, and be clear about your wants and needs around love, and love moves forward towards greener pastures. Anybody else here who I haven't answered for yet? Oh, good night, Emily. What's I'm looking at? You don't know how to ask the question? The more specific the question is, or the more information that I have, the better the answer is going to be. Like to ask general around your marriage. I don't know who you're married to, how long you've been together. I don't know if you're married, because people will do that. They'll be like, tell me about my marriage, and they're not even dating anybody. So the more that I know, the better the answer will be. Is there anybody else here I haven't answered for? Oh, good night. Castellini, can you tell me if GW will find my body weird? No, not at all. No. So it's so funny. I just had this conversation with somebody else. I can't remember. I don't remember what the issue was. But somebody had a question, and they sent it privately through email about, it was like a physical thing. I don't remember what it was, but it doesn't matter. And the cards showed the same thing. What you notice about yourself, or what you think is weird, or what you're self-conscious about, most of the time, nobody else even, they don't even notice it. It's like you would have to point it out to them. And I can give you several examples. I had a friend of mine who I worked with who had very, very bad skin. I never noticed it until she pointed it out to me. I mean, her skin didn't look, like porcelain, but it didn't look any worse than anybody else's. And she said that it was all the makeup that she put on, and that she had all of this, like, issues, especially around her nose. Never noticed it. Had a friend who had curly hair. And one day in school, she's like, I can't believe how frizzy my hair looks today. And it looked the exact same to me as it did any other day. And I wouldn't consider it to be frizzy. We notice things about ourselves that other people don't, usually until we point them out. And, you know, the things that make us different, whether it's frizzy hair or bad skin or whatever, it's like it just shows that we have a human side and that we're not perfect. And none of us are perfect. So, you know, there's something weird about him. You know, like, there's something weird about all of us. And it's funny because Avery's dad doesn't take his socks off. Like, I think I saw his feet once. I've known him for like 15 years. There's just something about his feet that he's just not comfortable with. And even Avery, like, she'll say, and I'm like, you're never going to see his feet, so just forget it. But, like, to me, there's something wrong. Feet are feet. I mean, like, come on. But I understand because I have things about myself that I'm not comfortable with. But we're not weird. We're just a little different. We're all made differently. And, you know, like studying yoga and being, you know, in that field for so long, it's so interesting because we all have the same parts, but they move different. Different people can bend and everybody has their posture that's their favorite. Everybody has their posture they hate. Some people, like the joints, the way they're made, they work better than others. Some it doesn't work that great. Sometimes the cartilage is not that good. Some people, so it's like we all have the same parts, but yet they're different. Like, look at my hands. Like, I got big man hands, considering I'm only 5'2", right? And I've been in teacher trainings. With this one girl, she had nice, long, thin fingers. Why? Like, why? And why do I have man hands? Because I do. And I don't care. I mean, sometimes I see these girls on like TikTok or whatever, and they're doing something. They got their fingers all painted and they got cute little rings on, and I'm like, I look like I've been cutting wood, chopping wood. It is what it is. Ain't gonna change now. Anyway. Heidi, we've been married for almost 3 years, but we're in distance before. Just this year, we started living together in the same place. He confessed me about cheating on me one time before we got married, but he confessed like last year. So I really struggled getting over being honest. It's been a little bit of a roller coaster. I just kind of want to know about his feelings towards me, if he's been actually true to me. Since you've been together physically in the same location, yes, I do think he's been true to you. I'm not a big fan of cheaters, so I'm not making excuses for him at all. I'm just not when I say this. But I personally, just my opinion, is this is not the cards. Long distance relationships, to me, if you're not physically with someone, you're not really with someone. So him hooking up or hanging out or whatever happened with whoever he did it with when he wasn't with you, it's not an excuse because he still was committed to you, I'm assuming, right? You just weren't in the same location. The thing is that you're out of sight, out of mind. People want physical contact. If you're not physically together, it's very hard to maintain a relationship. Now, will I say that your relationship's going to last until like the end of time? I wouldn't say that to anybody. But if you're making a decision to forgive this person and leave it in the past and move forward, the best thing to do would be to leave it in the past and move forward. And if right now it doesn't show that he's been doing anything, he shows that he's been stable. But the worst thing to do is to decide to move forward with somebody and keep bringing the past into the future, because you're just going to keep going back to that. Like I said, I'm not defending him because there's no defense. What he did was wrong. But if you're with somebody for 3 years and you're physically not in the same location, people want contact. They want to be with somebody. They don't want to be alone. Sometimes people do things in the moment that they wouldn't do. Like if you guys were physically together, the opportunity wouldn't even be there for him to be with somebody else. So if you're deciding to move forward with him, I would give him the chance. If you ever found out it happened to get again, which I don't see it right now, but once again, I can't say that it would never happen because we don't know what the future holds down the line. But right now, I would just try to trust him as best you can. If you feel like you really can't and you've been really struggling, then that may be, maybe something that you can't get past, and that's okay. That's fine. You can make the decision because you come to the crossroads when you make a decision. I can do this or I can't. If you make the decision that you can't, then that's fine. You can walk away from it. But for right now, I can't tell you he's done anything since you've been together, if that helps. If that helps. He kept his socks on. He must have hammer toes. He does. I know he doesn't. I mean, I've seen them maybe once or twice. Tanya, Mike Sagittarius told me stab wounds, cellulite, old gunshot wounds, tattoos, stretch marks. He doesn't care. I felt like, damn, keep the lights on then. Yeah, I mean, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Angel, why did ZK contact me? Okay, I don't know what your relationship is with this person, but they're feeling a little lonely and they're looking to connect. So if this is somebody who you've been linked to in the past, they may not have anything going on and they may be looking to hang out or hook up. Your choice, you come to the crossroads. If you don't want to be bothered with this person, if you kind of ignore them or give them the cold shoulder, they'll go away. Oh, thank you, Heidi. Thank you. Izzy, any good news with my job? I'm hoping to get a raise soon. Okay, let's see. You could get a raise before the end of this year. That's possible. Islamic, is Zach working against me? I don't believe this person's working against you, no. Anthony, future dating store between Babe C and me. We live in different cities and chat, but we haven't met yet. There may be opportunity to meet. You could make that happen if that's something that you're interested in. Things get unstuck and move forward quickly. So if you suggest it, you may be able to work that out. Communication looks good. Communication looks good. I would suggest it if you haven't yet. My back scratcher. It's like my favorite new thing. It's like a little rake. Simran, is SB the Aquarius and HB Scorpio joint account finally separated? SB Aquarius spends more of the account, and HB would tell us that he isn't telling him when he spends his money. I don't believe them when they say yeah. I don't think the accounts separated yet. No, I think the intentions are to separate the accounts, but I don't think that they've done it yet. Adonis, I'm reading it now. They may enjoy that part of it. They may be looking for more, and then you got potential commitment here. It's fun and exciting, and they may feel like happy and content. You know what else it may, I don't know the ins and outs of the situation, but they may feel like a relief around that. Like it kind of makes them feel, I mean, obviously more connected, but a little more stable. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Phoenix, what's next for me and T? Looks like you've got communication either coming in or picking up. Expressing your wants and needs around the situation may be helpful. You may see one another sometime before the end of this month. Explore what kind of person is Anju Kumar. Could he be toxic for me now and in the future? I mean, anybody has potential to be toxic, but he looks like a smart person, somebody who is grounded, stable, kind-hearted, and caring. This person could have their moments where they may be a little selfish or standoffish or both, but for the most part, they look okay. They look like a decent person. The issue with relationships is things function well until they don't function anymore. Like somebody could be married for 20 years and the relationship is well functioning, and then the relationship starts to disintegrate and somebody cheats and the marriage falls apart, or whatever happens. But in the 20 years, it was well functioning and it wasn't toxic. And then things changed, and that happens. But right now, things look okay. D. John, my ex-girlfriend Sarah came back into my life and apologized for cheating. We dated for 8 years. Well, you're the one that comes to the crossroads to decide whether or not you want to go back with this person. Think about it before you go back. I do believe that she's sorry, but you guys could get back together, and then something could, I mean, that could always happen, though. You always have the it's a risk you have to take, but it looks like not much has changed around the situation. So you guys could get back together, and then all of a sudden you go back into a slump where she starts to get bored and starts looking elsewhere. It could happen again. So just think about it before you decide, make any decisions. Adonis, I sometimes wonder if tarot is saying it looks committed already. You know what? It could be. It could be. Yeah. Yeah. And, it's like the reader that I would go to when I was with my Aquarius, like, it's like if I would say, well, is this long term? It's like, meanwhile, like I was with him for 8 years. Yeah, the relationship maybe wasn't stable and it was backwards and forwards and upside down and somewhat of a roller coaster, but it was an 8-year-long relationship. So it already was long term. And I was committed to the situation and I wanted to see things move forward. So yeah, I mean, that is possible too, because of the way things are, it's like sometimes I feel like the cards could be very literal, but then on the other hand, they also could kind of speak in riddles. It's like, it's like the people next door could not be married and have a great relationship. The people on the other side could be married and hate each other. So one thing doesn't equal another, but in our logical mind, we think, oh, well, they're married. They've been married for 50 years. They must be happy. But that's not necessarily true. Same thing with the cards. It's like the cards could be showing something and it's like, okay, we may not literally be married, but yet we function as a married couple. So yeah, I agree with that. Simran, when will the joint accounts between SB Aquarius and SB Scorpio be separated. I'm tired of their money drama and how greedy SB Aquarius is. It's like he doesn't want any money left for anyone else. I don't understand why. So everybody is in the same account. Everybody's taking money out of the same account in this like family. Yeah, the accounts should all be, everybody should have their own account. I mean, that's just my opinion. But why would everybody's money go into the same account? And then there's no way to monitor it? It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm going to say sometime next month, things should get separated. Let it go. Why is Hamza calling me yesterday? I don't know what your relationship is with this person, but things are out of balance for them and they may need help with something. What exactly that is, I don't know, because I don't know what your relationship is. But I would be careful that this person isn't going to try to like ask you to do something or put you on the spot. Zen, love. When it comes to love, anxiety eases and moves into the past. Explore your options. Could be spending time with Earth, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, and your love life should be moving forward towards greener pastures before the end of the year. If you're already with someone, current relationship should be functioning well, should be grounded and stable. Netta, love reading for the next month. Love reading for the next month. New beginnings are on the horizon that lead to success. Now, you might not have commitment coming in next month, but it could be on the horizon for some time over the winter. If you're already with someone, it may be slow and steady wins the race, but well functioning. If you're not with anybody, you could have air coming in, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, or Earth, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Doesn't everybody have a social security number? I mean, Avery got her social security number in the hospital. No, I mean, I don't think that they were going to leave. I was going to leave the hospital without one. Tanya, I feel like with Aries, stop looking at the meat through the glass at the meat market. I'm a steak, buy me a... I agree. That's so funny. Oh, I don't know. Simran, why does SB Aquarius and HB Aries and HB Sagittarius, I think SB Libra too, feel entitled that they are allowed to spend all the money from the joint account with HB Scorpio? This sounds like a very bizarre situation to me because I have never known any family that has an account where everybody's just taking money out of somebody's account. So I'm not really sure what's going on here, but the way this reads is like people feel entitled to somebody else's money. That's the way it reads. It's like, is there one person that's earning the money and the other people are just taking from this person? Because that's, I mean, things are out of balance. There could be money issues in the future, and it could be causing somebody anxiety. But I personally have never heard of a family that has one bank account and everybody's withdrawing money from one person. But that's just me. Maybe that goes on. I don't know, like Costolini was saying, maybe if there's no other. I mean, I started working at 15. And at 15, I had my own bank account and my money went into my bank account. I wasn't taking money out of somebody else's account. But if this is what's going on in a certain family, it's to be expected. You know, like if there's money laying around, people are going to take it. It's just the way humans are. I don't know why it's like that either. I can't answer that. Because people feel entitled. People are just entitled. Like the person is allowing it, okay? Like that person's got to give people access to their account, right? Like my brother can't take money out of my bank account. He has no way. He doesn't have a debit card. I would have to give him a debit card and then that's my fault. So if I'm giving somebody access to my account and then I'm saying, why are you taking my money? Well, why did you give me the card? You know, it's like, it's my responsibility to protect what's mine. It's not saying to the other person, well, you just shouldn't do it. You know, it's like for the same reason why people lock up expensive items in the store. You go into the store, you want to buy an expensive item, somebody's going to come and unlock it. You're not supposed to steal it, but people do. And that's exactly what's happening here. So whoever owns that account should change the debit cards, remove them or cancel them, and then that would solve the problem. But like I said, this is a situation that I'm just not familiar with. Christine, will work realize that C is not a nice person? Yeah. Yeah. They're going to expose themselves for who they are. Absolutely. Hi, J.A. How are you? Simran, but NB Aquarius is the opposite and never tries to, even when they have the opportunity to do the same. Yeah, but you can't, just because one person doesn't do it doesn't mean somebody else isn't going to do it. You know, if you give somebody access to your bank account, that's basically saying that they can take the money. So because one person has ethics and doesn't mean that the other people are the same. Just like somebody cheats on their wife and somebody doesn't. You can't compare the two. Even if you're talking about brothers in the same family, you could have one that's a cheater and one that's not. And then you can't, why? Because that's how they are. Like there's no answer. But if you're leaving money around, people are going to take it. I had a friend of mine who her parents owned an Ethan Allen out in Long Island. And they were out, you know, they worked late hours. It took them a long time to get home. And she had a drawer in her mom's room that had money in it. She didn't work. 15, I was working in the grocery store. My other friend worked in a bakery. My other friend worked in a deli. She didn't work. And when we went out, she would take money out of this drawer. Now, if my parents had money in their room, I would never take money from them. It's just not something I would do because I don't feel entitled. But she did. So you can't answer why is it like that, because if it's there, people are going to take it. But it's the owner's responsibility to say, not give them access to the account. Kanchan, thought about after getting all eye test reports, should I show them the Fortis Memorial Hospital doctor based on senior doctor's experience? Is my intuition right with continuing moving forward with them? I think you are making the right decision. Dollface, love. When it comes to love, if you're currently with someone, current relationship should be functioning well and it should be quite successful. If you're not with anyone, you may have fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries coming in, possibly a Pisces. Life's moving forward and negativity moves into the past. Not bad. Peach, I answered for you already. Ethan Allen. My mom had an Ethan Allen couch. She thought it was the greatest thing. I mean, it was okay. It was kind of like a cream color, and it Dusty Rose was the color. I always remember my mom, Dusty Rose. It was like a pinkish, mauvish color. Birds on it. Stay away from the couch. Don't eat on the couch. That's my Ethan Allen couch. Simran, does HB Sagittarius, HB Aries, and SB Aquarius think me and GB Pisces don't know that they're taking all the money from the joint account? It's a joint account between SB Aquarius and HB Scorpio, since their brothers are working together. you know what? They're not thinking about it because they don't care. So whoever owns this account, whoever is crazy for having this. Like this is crazy to have one bank account and have 20 people just taking money out of it. But if you don't own the account, you can't really say anything if it's not your money. So unless the person that owns the account or the brothers that own the account decide to split it up, which would be my suggestion, because I don't think anybody is learning the value of money because everybody's just taking. Everybody's just taking and it's just easy come. And people are going to take as long as it's there. So yeah, that needs to be separated. Yeah. Miss Kmart and Sears. We had a Kmart in New Jersey. I think it still may be there. No? Sears has gone out. I know that. But let me see if that Kmart is still there. I gotta check. Oh, it's permanently closed. That's so sad. Kmart has only 4 stores left. There's one in Florida, one in the U.S. Virgin Islands, and one in Guam. We're missing a location. Florida, Virgin Islands, Guam. Where's the other one? Oh, the one that was by me closed in October of 2023. Pure Heart. Will I find a better or higher paying job? You will. You will. You may have to look for it. Putting like perseverance pays off, life moves forward, listen to your intuition. Disappointments heal and move into the past. When you explore your options, it leads you to success. With the Magician, you have the ability to manifest new opportunities. Food Lion, I think, is still around. Toys R Us, yeah. Is there anyone here I haven't answered for? Hi, Andrea. Oh, Food Lion is history. I don't know if you guys know Grand Union. That went out a long time ago. I remember when my mom was sick, there was one by her, and I remember going in there with my boyfriend Tom at the time to get stuff for her, and it was like a madhouse because they were like closing, and that energy was so ugly to me. And then when we closed our store, like that, that it reminded me of that, like just like a nasty, ugly time. It was just a bad moment. Anyway. Simran, are you sure the joint account between SB and HB will be separated by next month? I assumed it happened somewhere between next year and the end of 2028. By 2028, that's craziness. Whoever is in charge of the people that are in charge of this account, if they don't separate the accounts, the money is going to be gone. And by 2028, forget it. Because it's like the money is there for people to take. People are going to take it. It's like leaving garbage outside and asking why the raccoon ate it. Well, I left it for the stray cat. Yeah, well, the raccoon was there. The raccoon took it. You know, it's like, yeah, and somebody needs to say something to the owners of that account. And it's like it's not doing anybody any justice. You know, if you don't learn how to work, budget money, save money, and spend your own money, what are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do when there's no account there? Like, you have to learn how to do that yourself. So I don't know how old these people are that are taken from this pot, but their parents are not doing them any justice, because at some point, like, this reminds me of, like, you ever know somebody that has a business, like the father owns a business, say he's a, I don't know, he's a barber, and he's a successful barber, and he's got people working for him, and he makes great money, and then he dies and the son takes over, and then the business falls apart because the son never learned anything from the father, because the father just gave him money, and then he just drains the business, takes the money, and then it's over. It's like, and then you want to know why the person's gone bankrupt. It's like, the business was so successful, what happened? Yeah, well, the kid ran it into the ground because he was never taught that this is what you need to continue to do if you want to keep having this. So whatever is going on with these accounts, the people that are taking from this account are going to continue to take for as long as it's available. If they don't do something about it, eventually the money's going to be gone, or whatever, but it's not doing them any justice. It's like tying somebody's shoes for them every day. If they're not going to learn how to tie them themselves, when you're not around to tie their shoes, who's going to do it? So this is a problem. Yeah, it's a problem. It's got to be addressed. So if you can, I don't know if you can, I would say something to these people. No, you're not showing your age, Mel. I don't know if I've ever been in Woolworth, but I've heard of it, and I knew that there was one. Like, I remember walking past one in one of the towns nearby, but I can't really remember. Like, I don't remember my mom taking me there. But I remember the store. What about the 5 and dime? I don't know. I don't know if that was the real name of the store, but that's what my grandmother used to call it. We got to stop at the 5 and dime. There's a Winn-Dixie not far from where my dad lives. He doesn't like shopping there, though. He always goes to Joseph's or Publix. I mean, it looks like the accounts could be separated by next month, or maybe before the end of the year, because sometimes timing is a little off. But somebody's got to address it, because it's not gonna go away. It's not gonna go away. They're not gonna stop. Top Flight, give a man a fish to eat, feed him for a day, show a man how to fish, feed him for the rest of his life. I totally agree. Newberry's, I don't think that I know that. We don't have Publix here in New York either. We have ShopRite, which I think is local to this area, like New Jersey, New York. We have Stop and Shop, which I think is pretty much like Northeast. We have DeChico's, but I haven't been in DeChico's in years. I think it's expensive. Stu Leonard's, I've never been in. It's not really local to here. Aldi, I find their prices are the cheapest. Kind of makes me a little nervous. Like, why is it so much cheaper? But it's significantly cheaper. Like, strawberries could be like $2.49, and they're like $4.99 at ShopRite. Trader Joe's we have, yeah, but it's in New Jersey. HB Scorpio sucks at setting boundaries and gets mad when I do it because they lack self-respect, saying no and limiting access to others. Yeah. Yeah, because it's like a free-for-all. That's what it is, and nobody's going to stop. It's like relying on somebody else to do the right thing. I mean, that's like Like, you have to be crazy if you think that's going to work, because people don't do the right thing. Some people do the right thing. But if you're saying something like, well, I would never take the money. Yeah, I would never either. But that doesn't mean everybody feels that way. Oh God, I had friends that I worked with at the grocery store. I would never steal from the grocery store. First of all, I would, when I was growing up, I thought that God would punish me, and so I would never steal. But then I was afraid I would get fired. I would be embarrassed. My grandfather worked for A&P, even though he didn't work in that store, and I wouldn't want to get fired. And my grandfather worked for the company. He was my best friend, so my family would have been disappointed in me. I had friends that. My one friend was throwing beer out the back door so that after work he could go around and pick it up, because we were underage. Of course, I didn't know this was going on, but this is what went on. Throwing beer out the back door, and a cop happened to be back there. So the cop came in and was like, who's throwing the beer out the back door? And so he got fired. I had another friend who had a deal with his neighbor that he would come in and he would buy 2 cases of beer and some other crap. And then my friend would not scan the beer, would cover the barcode, drag it over the thing, and not charge him. And then when the guy got home, he would give him one of the cases and keep one of the cases. That guy got fired. I had another friend who, till this day, doesn't know I know this. The bookkeeper had run up to the bathroom, and we would keep money in a box on the desk in the bookkeeping office. And downstairs was where the cashiers would come in and count their drawers. Well, when the bookkeeper left, she reached her hand up over the box and she stole the money. Now, the bookkeeper knew how much money was in that box when she went to the bathroom, and she knew that there was only one person in that room. So she got fired for that. And I never would have done that. But just because I wouldn't do it, it doesn't mean that other people aren't going to do it. That same friend, we stopped going shopping with her because she used to be able to steal things. Now, at the time, we had this flea market that wasn't too far from here, and the crystal necklaces were very popular. And we were at one of the booths in the flea market looking at crystal necklaces. Now, tell me how she did this. The 3 of us are standing next to each other. The woman is behind the counter with the tray out in front of us, and we're looking at the crystal necklaces. When we get to the car, my friend has got like 6 necklaces in her boot. How does she do that in front of us? I have no fucking idea, but she did. And I'm like, I'm not going shopping with her anymore, because if she gets caught, we're all going to get caught. And I wasn't going to get caught for doing something that I didn't do. But my point is that you can't rely on people to do the right thing, because they won't. Anyway. Bakery thrift stores like Hostess? I don't think I've ever been to one. Why does everybody say that about Aldi, not to buy meat? I've heard that from so many people. Why? Does anybody know why? I even asked my dad. I'm like, he's like, yeah, I heard that too. And I'm like, why? I mean, I know from working in a grocery store that the Board of Health is coming in there, and you don't know when they're coming in. And you can't sell. When we had Hurricane Sandy, we had to throw shit out that you would be like, that doesn't go bad, but we had to throw it out, because if the temperature got above 40 degrees, it had to get thrown out. So why is it that people say not to buy meat from Aldi? I'm really curious. Now, I asked Avery's friend Nicholas, I asked his mom, and she said, oh, I buy the chicken from there all the time, and I think it's good. And I'm like, I don't know, I've heard that from several people. It's not good quality, but how do you know if it's not good quality if it doesn't taste bad? You know what I mean? I've heard that. I've just heard it from so many people. had a dog named Aldi and he went missing. It smelled off, yeah. But you know, like my dad said, he's like, they can't sell bad shit. Like you can't sell bad shit. So I mean, I'm telling you, I've heard it from so many people. My friend's boyfriend did that, worked at the AM/PM, gave his friends the food and the gas. When he got the check, it was $9. They took all the money back and fired him. Wow. Wow. I've had Aldi meat and it was good. Yeah, see, I don't know why people say that. And then I had seen something about nuclear shrimp or something. Not to buy frozen shrimp from, maybe it was Walmart or Target or something. And I'm like, look, I'm definitely skeptical about like what's in the food, because I can tell you right now that when I was in Italy and I ate pasta in Italy, I didn't get bloated the way that I get bloated here if I eat pasta. So I agree there's shit that's going on here that's not legit. But if something is not legit, it's not legit. If we're just like making people afraid and people are spending more money than they have to because they don't want to shop at Walmart because they're afraid that the shrimp is nuclear or whatever they were saying, like that's where I get like well, everything is bad. You know, my whole life I thought vegetables were good and now they're telling me that they're not good. My whole life. Eat your vegetables. Now they're saying don't eat the vegetables. I've heard of the Waffle House. I've never been to one. You know, for a while, I'd never been inside an Aldi. I was just ordering like during COVID through Instacart. And then I went in there once and it's okay. Sometimes it looks like it's been a little bit ransacked, but every grocery store gets like that. But I find that the prices are significantly cheap compared to like, I think eggs today were like $2.50. Where like at ShopRite, they may be closer to $6. I mean, it's a big difference. Mel General. General, anxiety eases and moves into the past, and teamwork is favored around work, school, or business. World is at your feet, and disappointment heals. New beginnings are on the horizon. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Don't look back on the past. Life is moving forward, and you may have money coming in. Not too bad. Not too bad. Popeye would be disappointed. Now, what are they calling it? Oxalates are in the spinach? And stuff that they spray on the Sprouts and Whole Foods made of plastic. Yeah, it's craziness. But Tanya, if people were getting sick eating Aldi meat, we would know about it. We would know about it because, like, I would have people come back to the store. You work in a grocery store, you see it all. I would have this one guy come in. I'm not kidding you. He would bring back like $300 worth of frozen food, all empty containers, and say it was bad. Frozen food doesn't go fucking bad, man. Like, even if you leave it out, chicken pot pie, it's going to defrost. It's not going to go bad. So they would try all kinds of scams. If that meat was bad, believe me, we would know about it. If you ever had somebody bring back bad pork, nothing smells worse than bad pork. Like, you really would think that something fucking died. The meat truck, when the meat truck comes and picks up the inedibles, it's worse than having a sewer pumped out. It is the worst smell, and it lasts for hours after the truck is gone. So if that meat was bad, we would know about it, and people would be getting sick. They wouldn't just be saying, don't buy meat from Aldi with no story. But I gotta say that almost everybody I know tells me don't buy meat from Aldi. Top flight, Gracie's feelings and thoughts for me currently. May find you to be somebody who is smart, intelligent, grounded, stable, down to earth, and successful. May find you to be attractive, like personable, compassionate, sincere, and may have respect for you. Pretty good. Pretty good. Don't fuck around and find out. I know. Oh my God, bad pork is the worst. It's worse than bad fish. Is there anyone here I haven't answered for? And I'm going to Google the Aldi meat thing. I'm just curious. My God. Working Hurricane Sandy. Like we had no lights. We're in the dark. People will be banging on the door. I just need a pack of cigarettes. I mean, but I don't have a cash register to ring you up. Well, I just need one thing. Yeah, okay. Well, how do you want me to do that? And then finally, when the store had lights and we were starting to restock, people would come in and they'd be like, is that milk good? No, we left the bad milk on the shelf and we want you to buy it. or you don't have any chicken in the case. Yeah, I know. We had a hurricane and all the meat went bad. We had to throw it out. Truck didn't come? No. Haven't you seen? We're not getting any gas. The truck can't get here. Well, what am I supposed to do? I don't know. Eat something else? We got plenty of cereal. You won't starve. Oh my God. Working in a grocery store, some of the things that went on. There's something wrong with everything. I just pray and I eat it. There's something wrong with everything. I know. Cereal, now we're talking. I mean, there's definitely something with the color, right? Because Avery's never had cereal before. I don't like milk, so I've never been a cereal person. And Avery, although she's been saying she's been drinking milk in school, I'd given her bad milk once. And she threw it up. So for years, she didn't drink milk. Cereal's kind of out of the question. And I felt like, maybe it's not the best thing for her anyway. So we're coming around the corner at Stop and Shop one day, and she sees Fruit Loops. And she's like, oh, I want that. And I'm like, why do you want that? I'm like, why do you want that? You've never had it. You don't know what it is. Why do you want that? Well, look at the colors. And I said to her, I go, listen, you look at those colors. You don't eat things that are that color. I said, what color are the apples? Are they that color? No. Oranges, are they that color? No. Don't eat anything that's that color. Gatorade, it's like fucking nuclear green. I'm like, you don't drink it. We do drink it on occasion. We do. But I try to limit it. And I try to mix it with water. I try to make most of it water, and then I just put some Gatorade for flavor in it. But I'm trying to teach her, like, be careful what you're putting in your body. Meanwhile, she ate today 2 Kinder Eggs and like 12 Kit Kats. Anyway. The corn syrup, yeah. Oh, what's Canadian ketchup? Simran, oh my God, the best surprising thing just happened. I ordered takeout and the person who delivered is going to the same university. Oh, that's nice. Very nice. JJ, what's coming between me and Aquarius in the next 3 months? There's communication that's coming in. Slow and steady wins the race. There may be communication. You could spend time together sometime next month. Things look like communication over the next 3 months. She definitely has priorities. Costolini, it's like identical to Heinz one, but without the corn syrup. Yeah. Other countries use sugar. Yeah. And you know what I found funny? I heard somebody say that up until the 90s, things were fried in beef tallow. I never even heard of beef tallow before. I never heard of it. And now they fry everything in like seed oils, like soybean oil, sunflower oil, all of those oils, which they say are no good. But I never heard that people made French fries or potato chips in beef tallow. I never heard of beef tallow before. But very interesting. Like, why did that change? Probably because it's cheaper. Oh, McDonald's fries. And they're not fried in beef tallow anymore. Now it's like soybean oil or whatever it is. You know what? I get nervous. I do get nervous. And then, like, I'll say it to my dad, and he'll be like, I'm 80 fucking years old, and I've been eating McDonald's my whole life. He's like, and I love to drink vodka, and I'm fine. Eat what you want. Oh, see? Nisha, general. Life changes for you for the better quickly when you listen to your intuition. Old wounds heal and move into the past. A disappointment heals and moves into the past. You may be planning travel. Listen to your intuition and life moves forward. Don't look back on the past. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Tanya, when I think about AM, PM, I think about when I stopped by the store for Aries, picked up 2 beer condoms, cigarettes, and a sex pill. The cashier said, you're getting lucky tonight. Andrea, general. You've got something happening before the end of the month that makes you happy. Listen to your intuition and life begins to move forward. Old wounds heal and move into the past. Luck changes for the better quickly. Feeling ambitious, be able to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. Money comes in, finances improve. Pretty good. Is there anyone here I haven't answered for yet? Otherwise, I will wrap it up and see you guys tomorrow, but probably a little bit later in the day because we have ice skating. So maybe if I can come on around 4. Otherwise, I'll be on at night. Thank you all very much for being here. I will see you guys tomorrow at some point. I got everybody, right? Yeah, I'm ready to go to bed. I just want to make sure I didn't skip anybody. Tanya, he worked late, so I stopped by the store for a wine and grabbed him something. I asked, what did he want? He didn't want any hot dogs or French fries. I had a friend that used to always stop at AM, PM and get, like, dinner. Like, could you eat something better than that? It's been sitting there. Oh, thank you, thank you. You're very welcome. All right, everyone have a good night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.